What's happening, people? Welcome to my final word. Let me move my microphone out of shot. Well, that wraps up a long season, man. We just was not good enough. Overall today, wasn't clinical enough, made too many bad decisions at the back. There's so much to get into. And it's all about context. There's loads of people going off online. Some slander on Martial. We need better forwards. We need more clinical forwards. Looking defensively, we need better at the back. What's Harry Maguire playing at? What's Wan-Bissaka playing at? Brandon Williams not quite at it. Paul Pogba, I think, played quite well, but are we getting enough out of him? Fred did well today. Rashford not at it. Ricky had some really strong words, which I don't agree with totally. He said he's completely appalling, which I don't completely agree with that. He scored nearly 20 goals this season, but not good enough. Not good enough. I haven't watched Solskjaer's post-match comments, but people have been saying that he's gone in and said straight away we need to strengthen. And that is what it is. I mean, look, we're looking at this now at Manchester United, and it's all about context. Let's talk about tonight's game. I thought we did enough to win the game, same as the Copenhagen game, but making 33 chances in 2 games straight and only scoring 2 goals and their penalties is not good enough. We haven't been clinical enough. We're not taking our chances. I'm not hearing that the players are tired because they've had literally the best part of 3-4 months off, come back and they have to play the best part of 14 games. Shouldn't be tired, not having fatigue. And our starting 11 has pretty much been given 2.5 weeks off from when we played Leicester to when we started the Europa League, because most of them didn't play against Leicester. So I'm not buying it. I'm just having it as lack of consistency. And maybe, I will say this, maybe our players that are in our starting 11 might not be as good as we think they are. They are good players. They are good players. And if you give them chances, more than not, against the smaller teams, the teams that we dominate, they will score goals. But when it really matters in the big games, that's 3 semi-finals we've been to this year. The first one against Man City in 2 legs, we got swept aside at Old Trafford, 3-0, 3-1 in the end, but it was 3-0 at half-time or whatever it was. The second leg, we went on to win. All right, cool, showed good character. The second semi-final, Ollie made big changes, changed the shape. It didn't work, got outplayed, outdone by Chelsea. Defensive mistakes again. David De Gea doing breeze. Lindelof, near post. Giroud got done. Bad decisions, bad mistakes. This semi-final, done well to get in front, started the game okay. After we scored the penalty, dropped off. Brandon Williams didn't know where his player was for the first goal. Wan-Bissaka gets done on a 1-2 for the first goal. Harry Maguire, 80 million, doing breeze, not even looking in the right direction. Goal shouldn't have happened. Then we come out the trap second half. Brilliant. Making chances, doing very well. Couldn't score. Martial couldn't finish his dinner. Mason Greenwood on another day scores. But then after that 10-15 minute period, we drop off. The ball gets played to the right-hand side for Seville. Defensive lapse of concentration. Wan-Bissaka, don't know what he's playing at. No conversation, dialogue with Lindelof. Lindelof didn't know where the player was as well. Shocking. Bruno has a go at him. Lindelof's trying to talk crap back. It's your fault, mate, along with Bissaka. You're not doing your job. And it's hard because you look at it contextually and you look at stats. And like I always say, stats can either prove or disprove whatever argument you want to put across or whatever argument you want to beat down. I understand that. You just pick the right stat that suits what you want to say and it can back it up. Because really, the commentator was saying to us that across Europe's top 5 leagues, Man United conceded the least goals. But when it really matters, look at the types of goals we concede. Shit. Awful. The defense. Brandon Williams is a young kid and, you don't want to criticize him too much. I completely understand that. But he didn't know where he was for the first goal. He didn't know where his man was for the first goal. Showed guts, showed determination, shows aggressiveness, but he doesn't look completely comfortable on that left-hand side. You can even argue when Luke Shaw's there. I look at the likes of Alphonso Davies, and I want that for Manchester United. I've got to be real here. I've got to be real. You've got to say it as it is. We actually do just need better players. Wan-Bissaka, brilliant defensively. Superb. Probably the best in the world defensively. Going forward, I'm just going to say he don't have it. He don't have it. He can't sort his feet out, man. He can't. And I don't want this to turn into a rant, but I just have to call exactly what we're working with here. I want to talk about the good and the bad. I want to talk about what needs to be worked on versus where we're actually at. Wan-Bissaka can't sort his feet out. He's been superb this season. One of our top performers, was on for player of the season. But I always have this reservation about him in terms of going forward, how much can he improve? But there's gears to go up. I understand. We just spent 50 million on him. Just spent 80 million on Maguire. Is Maguire playing like an 80 million pound centre back? No, he's not. He's not. You can dress it up all you want, man. You can dress it up all you want. Midfield. I thought Fred played well today. I do think Fred played well. Interceptions, his intensity and his passing forward was good. Is he the guy long term in that position? Probably not, but he did play well. A lot of Ricky arguing that Matic definitely should have played. I don't think the problem was midfield. I think the midfield actually played quite well today. We were never going to control the game from start to finish against a Sevilla side that likes to keep the ball. I understand that. And I think more so second half, after the first 15 minutes, I thought Pogba was poor. I don't think he was good at all. Then he picked it up, spraying some balls around, little twinkle toes, getting out of situations. Then he went off the ball again, wanted too much time on the ball, kept losing it. Bruno sets in... what's his name? Mason Greenwood early on in the second half, puts him in, great ball. But again, was okay, but wasn't his sparkling best. Rashford, not at it. I don't care. He scored 20 goals a season, but he was poor today. He's been poor for a long time. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not an agenda. He's calling it as you see it. And Ricky said we need better players than these players. We need better than Rashford. We need better than Greenwood, he's saying. He's saying Greenwood's not quite there yet. Oh, I can accept that. Greenwood's a young talent who's going to keep growing. So we do need better than Greenwood right now. Of course we do, but we're going in the right direction. Martial can't escape the criticism today. He played well though. He did play well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna dig him out for that. He played well, set up Rashford for the penalty, for the chance which turned into a penalty. The glue stuck to him, won free kicks well, took the pressure off us. But he has to score. He does have to score. And listen, I love Martial. I really do. But am I letting my love for Martial cloud having a top level striker who, if he's presented with them chances that Martial gets today, he bags? Harry Kane scores today. Lewandowski scores today. Aguero scores today. Do you know what I'm saying? Jamie Vardy probably scores today. Aubameyang would score today. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's not a disrespect to Martial, because Martial has been fantastic and he's the reason why we're playing so well. He's the reason why we're creating chances along with Bruno. He is a big part of that, and Martial's got a big role to play. However, it's difficult because we've been told that Martial's not good enough, Martial's not this, Martial's that. And Solskjaer's got a lot out of him. He has got a lot out of him. He's done brilliantly with Martial today. Great scoring. He scored 20 goals. We've heard that our front three has scored more goals than Liverpool's front three and stuff like that. But what does it really mean in the context if we're creating 33 chances in 2 games and we've only scored 2 penalties? Context is everything. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll talk about the progress we have actually made towards the end of this analysis, because we have, and I don't want that to get lost in translation, because we have. But we have to get real. If we don't strengthen, like Solskjaer's been saying, it's going to be another fight for third or fourth. Do you know what I'm saying? This isn't even top level European competition. This is the Europa League. We're going upper level next year to play against your Bayern Munich, your Real Madrid, your Barcelonas, who need to go through your Lyons, who look what they've done. Your PSGs, you're playing top level opposition. So for me, I think that it's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call for us as fans, for the club, more importantly, the people who make the decisions. Xander touched on it, saying that actually you never don't want to win games. You never don't want to win a trophy. But what this will actually do, or what it should do, is show what we're actually needing. And this is a wake-up call to us, to me, to go, actually, Flex, whoa, take a step back. We finished third. And we finished third with a mixture of luck and turning our fortunes around by playing better. I understand that, and getting the results. But it is a mixture of luck because the other teams were shit. We finished on the same points as we did as last season, 66 points, with a better goal difference. That's good. We've conceded less goals. That's good. We've scored more goals. That's obviously good. So there is progression. But we can't kid ourselves, guys. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. And I don't think a lot of Manchester United fans think we are there. I'm just saying, this shows you we're not there yet. People criticising Ollie for not making substitutions earlier. Who on that bench, apart from Juan Mata, who I agree should probably be playing more, but who on that bench really does anything? Who? Who comes off that bench and completely changes the game? I'm not having it Lingard does that anymore. I'm not having it Pereira does that anymore. I'm not having it Dan James does that. Igalo, Ricky said we'll probably be better off giving putting Martial out on the left and giving Rashford a break and putting Igalo through the middle. Says we're probably better off. I'm not sure. So Solskjaer's right. We do need to invest. We're creating chances. We are creating chances. You can't. That is a positive. So for me, Solskjaer's doing some things right. He is doing some things right, and we have to remember that. But disappointing, man, to lose in that manner with the defensive calamities that I'm seeing. That centre-back partnership is not working. KG's right. He said, I don't care who it is, and it will be the golden boy, Harry Maguire, who keeps his place because 85 million is the captain. But he's not as good as everyone thinks. He's not. I'm sorry. He's not. He's not. We could probably, which is never going to happen. It's never going to happen because we spent 80 million. And I understand that. So now we're stuck with having to find the right guy to go with Maguire. But we could probably clear Lindelof and Maguire out and go and buy 2 better centre-backs. That's how real it is. We just spent £50 million on Wan-Bissaka. Okay, you might not get someone as good defensively, but you can probably buy a different right-back who gives you more. Luke Shaw. We're missing him. We're showing how much we miss him. It shows how important he is. But even when he does play, we need better. I look at Alphonso Davies levels. That's what I want for us. Oh, man, it's frustrating. And it is frustrating. And I'm speaking off of emotion out of, going out of the Europa League. Because, look, our season wasn't defined by that. We achieved our objective and got into the Champions League. Arsenal fans trying to pipe up and rattle us. They're 8th and still in the Europa League again, and they got the FA Cup. Great, well done. But they still finished 8th in Europe. They're in that competition again, trying to win it. Never done it before. Never won it in Europe. So they're a cute bunch. But I just think you can't shy away from where we really are as a club. And this transfer window is so important. They have to back Ollie. And I'm now starting to think: is it such a good idea going for Jadon Sancho only? As much as Jadon Sancho is, think about this, guys, and don't say, Flex, what do you mean? Like, Jadon Sancho's going to do this, Jadon Sancho's going to do that. He's a step up from Greenwood. He is. Yeah? He is. But what I'm saying to you guys, and this is what I want you guys to think about, is we have to get a centre-back. We have to. We have to get another attacking midfielder. We need a defensive midfielder. Arguably, right? We need a top. Look, I'm going to say it now. You can call it backtracking, flip-flopping. Sometimes it takes certain things to open up your eyes. We're going to need, eventually, even if it's not now because we've got different orders to fix things in, eventually, we're going to have to get a top-notch number 9. I do think that. And that's not kicking Martial out of the team. Martial can play left. Martial can play right. Martial can play up front and share the main number 9 spot. But levels. Do you know what I'm saying? Martial's a top draw player and he's proved that this season. But there's another level to go up. There's another level of player up. Rashford needs to sort it out as well. There's another level to go up. Can't make these guys exempt from criticism. There's a lot to be proud about. There's a lot to be happy about. There's a lot to look at that we're going in the right direction. But all I'm saying is, United fans, or this is what my opinion is, don't get carried away thinking that we're better than we are. Because as we've seen, we're way off. Not actually, I'll take that. No, we're way off. We're way off to where we want to be, in my opinion. 4 players we need. 4 to 5 players. And that's potentially in the starting 11. Pogba, he's going to end up staying, and when he's on form, he's fantastic. But I look at what De Bruyne does, and I just think, well, I want that type of output. I do. I love Paul Pogba. I think he's brilliant. I think the system maybe sometimes kills him, but you have to call it as it is. Damn. Who else? You're looking at Fosu Mensah. You're looking at Tuanzebe. You're looking at Bailly. What sort of impact are these guys going to have on us actually closing the gap on Liverpool and becoming a better squad? Be real. Be honest. As much as the story's nice, You want Axel Tuanzebe in there, come through the youth ranks. Eric Bailly, we can see a player in there, but we don't see it often enough. Fosu Mensah, what are these men going to do? I can't see them making us better. Chris Smalling, Sophie touched on it, and you know what? She made me think. Chris Smalling coming back into the fray. The fact that I'm even having to think about that shows you where we are at the centre-back situation after spending 80 million on Maguire. Let me know if you think I'm being extra or overcritical or harsh, guys. Let me know. Please do let me know. But for me, I'm just not seeing the step up in quality. I'm not. Maguire, yes, if you get a better person next to him, like, don't get me wrong, if you've got an Upamecano next to Maguire, of course would be better. If you've got a Koulibaly next to Maguire, of course would be better. But I just feel like Maguire might be getting a bit of a free pass because he's the captain and he's coming and he's 80 million. Brandon Williams, he's going to get better. He's done well for how young he is. He's been tenacious. He's played in big games. He's had a fantastic breakthrough season. Is he good enough to play left back consistently for us, for the level that we want? Robertson, Trent Alexander, even man like Bertrand and flipping Van Aanholt, Jamal Lewis coming through. I don't know. Do you know? That's my question to you. Are you guys sure? I'm not saying get rid of Brandon Williams. I'm saying, you know, keep him as cover for right back, keep him as cover for left back. I understand that. But do we just need better in the longer run, in the bigger picture? And for me, that's the question I'm now starting to ask myself. Ollie's got a lot of things right. Ollie's, you know, made some tactically bad decisions, got undone. You can talk about style of play, etc., etc., etc. But what I do know is that Ollie needs backing. He's talking about spending. We have to spend right. And my worry is that we're going to go so hammer and tong for Sancho that we don't strengthen other areas. And that's going to be detrimental. If we end up with only just Jadon Sancho, it's another fight for third and fourth. And I don't know if I'm being pessimistic because I'm pissed off because we lost, but that's just how I feel. You've got to look at the things that I've said and the players that I've just mentioned and really ask yourself deep down, guys, as much as we love certain players, are they good enough to make us go up to that top level? I think the jury's out on a lot more players than we actually think. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying a whole bunch of shit, get rid of the lot, oh, we're crap, we're not even... I'm not saying that because there are a lot of positives, but I'm just simply posing that question to you guys to think about. How many of our players that we love, that we like, that we think are very, very good, how good are they actually? That's all I'm saying. You guys might say, chill out, Flex. It's only 2 games towards the end of the season. It's been a long season. We created the chances on a different day. We score those goals. I get that. But I've seen it too many times. Against the smaller clubs. Yeah, we was banging goals against Brighton, banging goals against Bournemouth, and that. These aren't very good teams. When we play against the better teams, an organised Leicester, we even played against an organised Southampton, an organised West Ham, an organised Copenhagen, an organised Seville. But at the same time, I understand we did enough to win those games, which is frustrating. So context is everything. Don't take what I'm saying as gospel. Make up your own minds. Give yourself that inquest. That's what I want to see from everyone. To round up the season, it's been progress. Absolutely, it's been progress. You know, we've scored more goals, conceded less, didn't get more points. But it is progress. But looking at it, if we don't kick on from here, if we don't have a good transfer window, I see next season being very difficult. And KG's spot on. If it doesn't go right because we don't spend well in this transfer window and we start awful, we'll end up in the same position. And that's with Bruno this time. And that's with Pogba and Martial and Rashford plus staying fit. If we end up in and around that same position again, the inquest's going to be out. And I don't want Ollie to have to lose his job or be in jeopardy of losing his job because he didn't get backed in this transfer window. He's crying out for signings. And I get the COVID situation. I understand that. But this transfer window is key. And I'm worried that we won't get it right. That's my overall thing. We can go and get a little bit of a rest now. It's been a hell of a long season. Big shout to everyone who's followed the United stand and more importantly, followed Manchester United every single game this season around the world where you guys are. Some of you lot watching this now at 2, 3 in the morning. You guys' commitment is crazy. Proper Reds you lot are. shout out all the support that we've had. The channel's grown immensely. Shout out the support for myself. It's been a hell of a long season, and I I can't even believe it's the end of it. The way it's gone, it feels like we're just going to be going straight into a next season, which we basically are. But big up yourself, guys. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel as well. Got some trainer stuff, some sneakers game stuff coming out on there as well. Some interesting interviews coming out with some ex-footballers. Someone from the NBA as well, currently playing in the NBA. Watch out for that. So check out my channel, The Flex, and my YouTube channel, and check out all my social media at Flex UTD. Make sure you subscribe to United Stand and hit the bell in the bottom right-hand corner. And before I go, I want to send a big shout out to anyone who's dealing with family members who have been affected by COVID-19. We've got to the end of the football season, and luckily we got our football back. But I do not forget that there are people out there that have been struggling in this pandemic, people losing their jobs as well. Shout out to anyone who got made redundant and stuff like that. It's been really, really tough, and football has helped bring us through. But shout out to anyone out there who's needs to be there for their family, needs to be there for their friends. Big up to all you guys as well. You lot remain strong and keep doing your thing, man. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys for the first game of next season. Whenever the fixture list comes out, I'm sure we'll talk about that. But I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.